In Armenia, a fresh bid to destabilize the Pashinyan government has emerged, with the active involvement of Karabakh Armenians, who aligned themselves with forces seeking instability in the South Caucasus region, concocting various schemes to sow chaos and discord. The opposition forces, with a pro-Russian inclination, in tandem with disjointed ultra-nationalist factions aligned with former officials linked to ex-presidents Robert Kocharyan and Serge Sargsyan, seem to have come to terms with their ineffectiveness. They, along with various Armenian diaspora groups beyond Armenia's borders, persist in bolstering power centers to perpetuate the circulation of futile documents aimed at keeping the Karabakh issue on the agenda of Western powers. Azerbaijan's terms for the return of ethnic Armenians to Karabakh are unequivocal. There should be no doubt that Baku may decide to allow Armenians to return only under the condition that they accept Azerbaijani citizenship and pledge allegiance to Azerbaijan as law-abiding citizens, among others. Taking into consideration the recent developments, including the initial protest staged by a faction of Karabakh Armenians in central Yerevan a few weeks prior, it appears that the former separatist leader of the now-defunct entity, Samvel Shahramanyan, buoyed by nationalist sentiments both within and outside Armenia, has embarked on yet another endeavor to thrust the Karabakh issue back into the limelight. This calculated move seems designed to not only sustain the prominence of the matter, but also to foment dissent within Armenia, particularly amidst the deepening schism with Russia, exacerbated by Yerevan's increasingly pro-Western stance. Drawing inspiration from nationalist fervor resonating both domestically and abroad, Shahramanyan's actions suggest a concerted effort to exploit simmering tensions and capitalize on the precarious geopolitical dynamics at play. The tension arises as the Pashinyan government takes decisive steps to convince the West of its commitment to closely integrate with pan-European institutions. By orchestrating another protest, Shahramanyan seeks to sow seeds of discord and instability within Armenia, thereby destabilizing the political landscape and potentially undermining the authority of the Pashinyan government. In a recent development, Armenian Prime Minister Nikol Pashinyan has issued a stern warning regarding the possible arrest of Karabakh separatist leader Samvel Shahramanyan. This announcement comes in the wake of Shahramanyan's assertion of leadership over the virtual entity known as the so-called Nagorno-Karabakh Republic, as detailed in an interview with French newspaper Le Figaro. Shahramanyan contends that a decree he enacted in Kankendi in September 2023, aimed at dissolving the separatist regime, has been deemed illegal. According to his claims, the so-called Nagorno-Karabakh Republic and its government now operate from Yerevan, effectively functioning as a state and government in exile. The timing of this statement coincides with reports from Baku and Yerevan, suggesting a historic opportunity for signing a peace deal, which undoubtedly will incense Azerbaijan. Armenia's harboring and support of Karabakh separatists, allowing them to level accusations against Azerbaijan, may hinder efforts to achieve the long-awaited peace. Cognizant of Baku's firm demands, Prime Minister Pashinyan has responded with vigilance to the recent actions of Samvel Shahramanyan, expressing concern over their potential ramifications for national security. During a session of the Armenian government, Pashinyan indirectly addressed the remarks made by Shahramanyan, urging the law enforcement agencies to take decisive action. He unequivocally asserted the singular legitimacy of the government operating from the very building where the session convened. Pashinyan's remarks were underscored by a stern warning against external forces exploiting certain factions to undermine Armenia's stability, emphasizing that any self-proclaimed government within the nation's borders would be considered a grave national security concern. Pashinyan stressed the imperative for law enforcement bodies to adopt stringent measures to thwart any unauthorized entities from laying claim to governmental authority, emphasizing the critical importance of neutralizing potential security threats posed by such entities. He reiterated that there is only one recognized government in Armenia, dismissing any other assertions to leadership as both illegitimate and perilous. Moreover, there are revanchist groups in Armenia and opposition parties aligned with Russia, which are mobilizing Armenians who have relocated from Karabakh to oppose the Pashinyan administration. A recent gathering organized by Armenians from Karabakh in Yerevan ostensibly focused on social issues but predominantly advocated for the repatriation of Armenians to Karabakh under international guarantees. However, speakers at the event conceded that achieving this objective is currently deemed unfeasible.